Hello. In this tutorial, I am going to teach you how to mix paint. I have my color code already brought up, and now I am going to take my mixing cup and my scale here. I'm going to take, this is a Chrysler Oxford white, pretty normal white. I'm going to make 2 ounces, and then I'm going to put it in my bottle here. I always mix in my cup first because it's easier to mix the paint together, and then pour into my 2 ounce. So I'm going to take my first toner, which is 122. We are going to mix up our white here. Make sure that you're mixing all of your toners, hearing that ball going up and down, back and forth. So I need 39.5 grams. I hope you guys can see this. So the first step, 39.5 grams. So 39. So that's a strong 39.5. What you can do is, since this is the first toner, you could put a little bit back to make it exactly 39.5. And I'm gonna be more. Okay. So the next toner is, hope you guys can see this, 118 is the next toner, and I need 0.5 of that. So 118, and then I'm gonna tear out my scale. You really want to hear that ball going back and forth, back and forth. So I need 0.5 grams of black. You can see that on the scale. And then this one little drop here is probably going to make me over, but let's see what happens. Little tiny drop. There we go. And then the next toner, if you see here, is in red. So this toner here is, we want these toners to be a salt to taste, the red toners. So you never want to go over that 0.2 of a gram. You can see here, this 0.2 of a gram. It'll throw your number way off. So you always want to add these red toners in like you would a pot of pasta or a pasta sauce, where you're gonna add this in as needed. So I'm going to put 0.2 grams. So I'm going to tear out my scale here. And I need 0.2 grams of 018. So again, making sure you're mixing your toners. You can hear that ball going back and forth. That's really what you want to hear. And these are my demo paints, so they don't get used quite as often as you guys' paints in the field. Okay, that ball's going back and forth now. Sorry for the vibrations. So I'm going to put 0.2 on here. And again, this is like salt to taste. Don't actually taste the paint, but you want to add in slowly and this is a critical measurement. So a little bit over will throw your color off. So one more drip. Perfect. See how it's 20.1. So if you wanted to, you can kind of fish out. That's what's nice about having the tipped edge. You can fish out just a little bit of that paint. And then we're going to go on to the next toner. The next toner is also in red. And as you can see, it is a 0 measurement here. So if you were to, I would just keep this one out for right now and see if you need that blue when you put it on the car. So for right now, we're going to keep that blue out because it's so little of a measurement that if it comes up on your scale, it's going to throw your color off. So let's take out that blue there, and then we're going to add our dryer. The dryer is 1.1. Remember, all of the dryers is 0.6 per ounce, and we're doing 2 ounces. So 1.1. And this stuff you could either go a little bit less if you're in a hotter climate, or go a little bit more if you're in a more humid climate. Today, if I go one more, it is going to probably throw my scale off. See how it's 1.3. It's okay. And then the next toner is 9100, and I need 30.5 grams. And then now I'm going to mix my paint. Making sure that you get all of the stuff off the bottom. So if you had like a pearl, you want to make sure that you're like really scraping the bottom of that. And then this is where you could go up to your car and say, hey, I need just a tad bit of the blue. So, or if it looks great on the car, then you don't need to add the blue. But let's see. Let's tear that, and let's just put one drop of blue in here and see what it does to that color. See how it's kind of gray? Like a gray white. Now if I add just one drop of that blue, watch what it'll do to the color. See how it kind of made it a little bit more white than gray, actually? So let's put one more drop of it in there. So I way over poured that. I can take my stick here, take a lot of that out of there. It actually made this color less gray than it was before. So and then we pour into our cup. And then what I usually do is give it a good mix. Take the top off. to the top, like so. That way, when you go to look up your go-to colors, you can just take this to the car and say, oh, that's it. Or nope, I need a little bit different, or I need bluer, I need yellower on the white.